Hi there, everyone. Meteorologist Robert Spetta here on today, going into the 1st of October 2013, and really is just quite active out here in the Western Pacific. This is one of these pictures that you don't see all too often. It's not an uncommon sight in the Western Pacific, but definitely I would not call it very common. We have three named tropical systems at this time. Severe tropical storm Wutip was Typhoon Wutip made landfall here on Monday afternoon on the 30th of September. Then we have Tropical Storm Fitow just towards the east of the Philippines, pulling off there towards the north, and our Tropical Storm Sepat just towards the southeast of Japan, impacting the Ogasawara Islands at this time. Really, the strongest of the three is our still severe Tropical Storm Wutip, and that's what we're going to start with first. Some recap of the storm and what is still expected there across Vietnam over towards Laos and also northern Thailand. After that, I'll dive into Tropical Storm Fitow, moving off there towards the north. Possible impact on the southern Japanese islands. I know a lot of people from Okinawa probably watching this update and you want to know more about that. And then lastly, a tropical storm, which isn't going to be, very much of an impact with Sepat here. First, let's talk about Wutip, which prior to landfall, this storm was already causing some problems out there south of Hainan. 5 vessels got caught up in the midst of this storm system. 3 ships look like they have sank, at least according to reports from media agencies in the area at this time. And upwards of about 74 people are still missing there in the South China Sea. So definitely a lot of vessels got caught up in this, but about 61,000 boats, fishing boats on the other hand, did take refuge from this storm system. The worst hit areas there south of Dong Hoi in Quang Tri. Actually, some reports of some damage out there. These photos I'll be showing you here in just a sec submitted us here from Quang Bin, just some of the damage out there, and the reports are just indicating that there was quite some considerable amount of damage. So down power lines also been reported, people without electricity. Now, as far as the casualties on shore, not out to sea, it does look like the damage at least is the biggest topic. I haven't heard of any injuries or any deaths coming from the storm system from Vietnam. But unfortunately, it's still the evening hours, and actually we're going through the overnight hours. It's dark out here, and the storm system is still rampaging. I mean, we have 60 gusting up to 85 knot winds. It's still a severe tropical storm, so I don't think it's not until about Tuesday, possibly into the afternoon hours, until we're going to start to get a full picture of the amount of damage caused by this storm system, where it made landfall, and where that eye wall moved on shore here on Monday. So definitely our hopes are going out to everybody involved with this storm system, not just the sailors lost in this group of islands out there in the South China Sea, but also everybody directly impacted with these rain bands as they push ashore, and then extending out there towards Laos, northern Thailand. You're going to be getting some heavy rainfall from this, so a very high risk of flooding and also landslides farther inland as this bulk of moisture continues to push onshore from our severe tropical storm Wutip. But at least the good news for the South China Sea and those ships out there, it does look like at least 9 vessels are on the scene now. They're starting to get some aircraft in the air. 13 people have been rescued, at least according to reports I've seen at this time. But all 3 vessels that did sink all came from Guangdong province, so definitely a very grave day for the area here in southern China. Let's move on to our next system. Tropical storm Fitow out here just towards the east of the Philippines, north of Palau. Still going to bring some rain showers for you there in and around Palau, and also it's going to be enhancing that monsoonal effect there across the Philippines. But if you notice there on the JMA track, the main impact from this storm system very well is going to be the southern Japanese islands. And I'm going to say that with very much caution. I know we have a lot of people watching from Okinawa. You're probably very curious about this. But there's a big cone of air on that warning, not just from JM, which has this storm system becoming a typhoon as we go into the latter part of the week and then moving off there towards the southern Japanese islands. But really, everybody from Kyushu over through Ishigaki and Miyako-jima, you want to continue to keep in a very close eye. And this models are just all sorts of spread as it gets farther off there towards the north, but also JTWC has a very similar out into their long range, about 90, gusting up to 110 knots, maxing out there, but then pushing out there towards the southern Japanese islands around Amani, the Amani Islands here, but also Okinawa. You want to watch this very closely, but a very large cone of air, much like JMA from Shikoku all the way down there towards Ishigaki-jima, just off the screen towards the left. Both agencies seem to be relying on the ECMWF at this time. GFS pulls a little bit farther off there towards the northeast. One of the UK models models actually had it going towards Taiwan earlier today. This model, particularly by Saturday into Sunday, just skimming the east coast of Okinawa and pushing off there towards the Amani Islands. So that is with that main reason, and I'll explain why there's such a big difference in where exactly this could possibly be going. It's because we have an upper level trough coming in out of from northeastern, which is going to be followed by a very deep ridge of high pressure. If you've watched my updates long enough, you know that high pressure systems, tropical systems, do not like that. So let's scroll ahead through midweek. Here comes our trough. You can see it right there. It's going to also usher in, well, some foul weather for northern portions of Japan, also kick off Sepat territory to the northeast. But then behind that, we have that deep ridge coming in, and then that's going to be dominating right here with a jet stream right in this area, and then you have that ridge over here towards the east that's extending out as well. So how much is that trough going to play in? And our ridge here and that one towards the northwest is really going to determine exactly where the storm system's going. This is by Friday, so according to the GFS, we're going to have our high pressure ridge right here towards the east of the Philippines. That's the Westpac high. We have this troughing coming in from the north, followed in by a high pressure over northeastern China. How strong is this migratory high going to be, and how big is this troughing going to be? And then this high pressure towards the east of Japan will determine exactly where this storm system is going to be going. The stronger this is, the farther it's going to push towards the west, but the stronger this troughing is going to be, the farther it's going to pull off there towards the northeast, acting like a fish hook. So that's why we have a big cone of air on this right now. So at this time, I would not panic if you're in any of these areas. It is, well, the early portions of October. It's typhoon season in Japan. You shouldn't be surprised by any means. And really, you can get mad at me for saying this, but if you are surprised you're going to get hit by a typhoon in Japan late September, early October, you really need to watch some more of these updates and check some of the climatology, because it happens. So surely, let's continue to keep an eye on this. Also, tropical storm Sepat. The thing about Sepat, man, this one's just falling right apart. Right around the Ogasawara Islands, there's not much to it. Really, you're going to see more weather in Japan from our barocclinic low pushing in from the west. That's going to bring some rain showers. Sepat's just going to pull off towards the northeast, run into that and pull off there. Well, excuse me, first towards the northwest, then towards the northeast, getting hooked up with that trough coming in from the west. So that is really all I want to talk about that. If you're going to plan a vacation to the Izu Islands, it may get a little windy out there, but nothing too intense. That is all for right now, everybody. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can post them down in the comment box below. Do apologize once again for my voice falling apart on this video update, and stay safe out there.